welcome to my Gamescom 2018 Inside Xbox, not a conference, Gamescom for Xbox or Microsoft, however you want to put it, live recap and reactions. And honestly, before I get ready to start, I got all the games and announcements here, and I didn't even know that Gamescom started this week, and usually I covered it last year and then the year before and so on and so forth, but lucky for me, I caught it just under the hour before it started. So for other conferences for this Gamescom event for this year's 2018, I guess tomorrow sometime at 4 o'clock tonight, 4 a.m., is going to be Blizzard. So they're going to talk about Overwatch and some other games. So I'm not sure if they're going to have an actual conference, but depending on what they show, we'll decide if I come out with another video similar to this. And then with the other conferences like Nintendo and Sony and any other platforms out there, they don't have conferences this year. There's just gameplay trailers from what they show from this year's E3. They're not on stage talking about anything sort of new for Nintendo, Sony, and any other platforms out there. So just from what I saw from the schedule, it's just going to be Microsoft, and then I think Nvidia was yesterday. So I don't know much about them, so I'm probably not going to make a video about that. But Microsoft was one of the ones that I usually cover for Gamescom, so I'm just going to be talking about that in this video, and then we'll see what Blizzard shows tomorrow and just go from there. But I gotta say this right now, from these titles, from every last one of these, if you're expecting like a bombshell to be, or something on a new IP or something like that, you're not gonna get that from this conference. So you're probably gonna watch this expecting something new. You're probably gonna be a little bit disappointed. But just a recap. It's just a recap from this year's E3, from what they showed from their press conference of this year's E3 2018. So if you saw it, you don't necessarily have to watch this, but there's a couple new things that they talked about for specific titles, and I'm going to talk about more of that after I talk about everything that they announced. So I just thought I'd mention that right now, just to start it off here. Now, speaking of new stuff that they never seen before, Hunt Showdown is a game that we never got to see from this year's E3, at least from my memory, from E3 and all the other games conferences out there. Now this game is basically coming to Xbox Game Preview, so it's the other games that's going to be showcased there. I think it's August 29th. I think it's just about a week or so for these games that are going to showcase, and you'll get to see more gameplay, in-depth news about the games, maybe possibly release date, and then maybe some gameplay trailers, and just a little bit of info about the plot if they decide to show it in the interviews and talk about them. And what this game, Hunt Showdown, is it's a competitive first-person shooter, and just watching it, if you look up the trailer, if you're interested, it reminds you of a first-person shooter Monster Hunter. Just from what I saw. Not saying it's bad, but it looks pretty good from what I've seen, and almost like maybe one of those battle royale games. It's just in the first person. But the goal of this game is just to hunt the monster, defeat the boss, and they showcase one of the spider bosses, for example, and just, I guess, the hunted becomes the hunter, and vice versa, but based on how the gameplay is showcased. But check it out if you're interested. It's called Hunted Showdown, no release date, but you guys can check that out for Xbox Game Preview for August 29th. I think I had that date wrong, but I'll have to see when I get through my notes here. Now, for those who play PUBG, and this is just one of the games that has updates, not necessarily a new game, but it's just new updates for content and add-ons coming to the game. So those of you who play PUBG, or PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is what the game is called, there's a brand new update on its way called the 1.0 update. So here's the news for it. And we have the PUBG full release, just like H1Z1 already had their full release a few days ago. PUBG is going to have its full release September 4th, 2018. Now with this update from 1.0, it's going to be the Sandhawk Map, a brand new game mode called War Mode, custom games, and then all enhancements from leading all the just up till now, up-to-date enhancements, and then respawns that they talked about for this update. Now, if you don't play PUBG, you probably wouldn't care about it, and I'm sure most people probably just stop playing PUBG, or probably playing other battle royale games, or just other games in general. But for those who are probably hardcore players of PUBG and probably still play it to this day, you guys are probably looking forward to this update. So that'll be coming out soon. Now, more PUBG news. A PUBG Limited Edition Controller. I'm not sure if anyone's going to get that, but you could pre-order it now, and then it'll be available for worldwide shipping in this October. But I don't think people are probably going to just buy a whole nother controller. They're just going to stick to the controller that they have. Because most of the controllers out there are just like almost like the price of a full video game. So if you have like a broken controller that doesn't work, or maybe some of the analog sticks could be loose and whatnot, you'll probably want to get one of these brand new controllers. But you probably want to spend the extra money for just an elite controller, like for the PUBG Limited Edition Controller. I don't see many people going after that, unless you want to. And more controller news. New Xbox Design Labs for custom options and custom controller options from the Xbox Design Labs, where you could customize your own controller. Now, the new camo options. You have new camo options for the controller and shadow options for your customized controller. And once you set it to what you want, all the customizations that you want to do for your controller, you can get it. And then you can have like your gamer tag on it. It's pretty sweet. It looks pretty cool. But I don't think it's really worth all that unless you really want to just do that. But that was all the controller info for this Inside Gamescom for Xbox. Inside Xbox at Gamescom 2018. Battlefield 5. A couple things I want to say. Battlefield 5 is coming October 19th. They did not show the Battle Royale mode, and I was just, once they showed it, I was just like, are we going to see that Battle Royale mode? Because we have yet to see it. But for Black Ops 4, we're going to be able to see it for Blackout, for the beta. And some of you guys are telling me about the open beta. They didn't really talk about an open beta. It still said, after just showcasing the gameplay, not really something, just the gameplay is not really necessarily new unless you didn't catch it and see anything of Battlefield 5 yet. But the Battle Royale mode, well, the beta, I think you have to pre-order the game to get access to the beta from what they showcased after the gameplay. So I don't know if the news is the game going to be an open beta, because if it is, then I'll check it out. But if it's just going to be something that you got to pre-order and stuff, I'm probably not going to just pre-order a game, because I know I'm not going to probably get Battlefield 5 because all the other games are going to be playing in September. But after the Battlefield 5 gameplay trailer that we probably already seen, they showcased a bundle. Now, this is the first of many bundles of this whole Gamescom 2018. I'm not playing. I'm not joking. There's a lot of bundles for every individual game, and I'm going to get to them. But I'm not going to talk about, what does it come with. If you guys want to look up the bundles, and if you're interested, if you don't have like an Xbox, you can get the Battlefield 5 bundle. I was about to say bundle for if you want. If you don't have like an Xbox, but if you already have like an Xbox One X or Xbox One S, you probably won't want to waste your time getting the bundles, any of the bundles for these games. Now, they talked about combat roles for Battlefield 5, recon, assault, and support, and then I think I'm missing one of the combat roles, and then just more gameplay. I think just conquest, just similar to almost like the gameplay from Battlefield 1 for what they showed from this year's E3. So not necessarily not something new, but just still, I wish I saw the Battle Royale. I want to see how that plays out. The next game was State of Decay news. Just another update. Yet another game for just update news. It's going to be the State of Decay 2 add-on called Daybreak Pack. You get the Daybreak Pack, and it's coming September 12th. There's going to be new unlockables, weapons, consumable, all that good stuff. So if you have State of Decay, you probably haven't been playing it, you can wait. It's just a few weeks from now, September 12th, you can get your hands on the Daybreak Pack for State of Decay 2. Now on to the other games and other news here. Almost flipped to the right page. Sea of Thieves, even more just update news and add-ons for these specific games and titles. It's called Sea of Thieves Forsaken Shores. That's coming out September 19th. Fallout 76, they showed the same trailer from just a recap from this year's E3 if you haven't seen it, for Fallout 76, and you can play the beta this October. I think you have to pre-order. I'm not sure how to get into the beta. I'm sure it's a closed beta. I wish it was an open beta. Fallout 76 bundle. Yet another one. November 14th for the bundle. Ori and the Will of the Wisp, brand new add-on or new update. It's going to be called the new game mode Spirit Trials for Ori and the Will of the Wisp. On to the next game, Metro Exodus, one of my personal highlights. We already seen this game before. Set to come out February 22nd, 2019. Now, I think this is the best part of the show for me. I don't know about anyone else, so I just have to say it. Life is Strange 2, I was really excited for this. I played Captain Spirit, and I really loved and enjoyed the game. And I think I missed the news from yesterday, uh, where it said all will be revealed for August 20th for Life is Strange. So I got to see this trailer. It's a whole new journey. I don't know who the character is. I'm probably gonna have to look up more of it later today and find out. But I love this trailer. It got me really excited about it. Episode 1 for Life is Strange is coming out September 27th. I can't wait to play it. I thought I'd be able to see Captain Spirit, but I don't know. It's just, I don't know how's it gonna come into play. Is Max Caulfield gonna be around, and maybe the other recognizable characters like Nathan and the others from the original Life is Strange. So I really can't. Even if they're not in the game, I'm perfectly fine with it. So it's just a whole new journey. So this will probably be a whole new journey with a whole set of different characters. I wonder if this guy's gonna have powers or some kind of abilities and whatnot. I just can't wait to get into this game. Devil May Cry 5 had a brand new gameplay trailer. Yet another game that we saw showcased from this year's E3. It looks really good. You got to see the I think those gauntlets from, I forgot. I was gonna say the Devil Trigger, but that's just one of the abilities. Messing up right now for the Devil May Cry news. But you got to see Nero in action. You get to showcase. They showcased a whole boss fight with Nero. And then some other news for the game. I don't think they announced. They announced 2 release dates for this. August 3rd, 2019. But I guess we're gonna get it here in the U.S. March 8th, 2019. So it kind of confused me a little bit. So I'm guessing the full date, the real release date for this game is going to be March 8th, 2019. So this game looked really good from the gameplay. I have not played all the Devil May Cry games at all, but this definitely brings some hype to the show. And an indie game, I think this is one of my favorites, another favorite game. I don't care about anybody else with the opinions. Sable is an indie game. It looks really cute. It gave me the vibes of Bound that I played, Forma 8, and as someone who didn't really like the indie games, and every time they showed them, I was just like, oh, more indie games. I don't want to see that. And then I got into it and started playing them. I really like them. And Sable that they showcased from Gamescom, I really like it. It just gave me the Bound vibes, even as a indie game. And Bound was one of the games that I played for PlayStation Plus a few months ago that I really enjoyed. Now, Halo news. No Halo Infinite. For those that are looking for it, I'm sure they weren't going to show it because they didn't really show too much of it. We'll probably get more of it next year, or maybe going towards the end of the year, maybe by surprise, who knows. But Halo Fireteam Raven. Now this is an arcade game. Not sure how you guys feel about that. But I don't think many people are probably going to end up playing it. I don't know. Not sure for the game itself. Now, we have for Game Pass, for speaking of Halo more Halo news, Master Chief Collection is going to be headed to the Game Pass, Xbox Game Pass, September 1st. So that's all the Halo news that we end up getting from this conference. So some of you guys are probably just underwhelmed, just disappointed hearing that, but it's Gamescom. It's just a whole, it's not E3. But more Game Pass news for Indie Xbox for Gamescom 2018. Game Pass mobile app, they talked about that. For Xbox. It's the Game Pass mobile app beta. Now, you can download it, you can get it, you can try it out today, and it's going to be coming to the Google Play Store soon. But if you have an iOS device, you can sign up from the iOS. You can sign up from your iOS device and get into it, and the spots are limited. So if you want to check it out, you have the Xbox Game Pass, and I think it's a lot easier. I think this app is good, and it's going to be a lot easier. So you don't have to always have your Xbox on. And so, or wherever PC, you don't feel like turning your PC on, or your Xbox, wherever you can access it to. I'm not really sure about where you can get to it, but you don't always have to have your console on or what have you. You can just have your phone right there and just access the Game Pass right then and there, and then from there you can download those games to your console. From what I heard from the information, so if you're interested, you can just check it out on your iOS device, and I'm not sure, probably a few months later, maybe later in the year, it'll be available for Google Play. On the Google Play Store for Android devices. DayZ, I love this game. Looks really good. This is going to be headed to the Xbox Game Preview, so I had the date right all along. August 29th, with those other games that I mentioned from before with Xbox Game Preview, where you can find out more information about the game, get details about the gameplay, and see even more. So if you feel like you haven't seen much of it from this Gamescom 2018 just showcase, you could just check it out from there. The Division 2, yet another game that we saw from E3, March 15, 2019. I did not play the first game, full game. I just only played it for the free to play weekend. But I really enjoyed it. It's still fun, but this one looks so much better than the first one, I have to say. And I really want to get into this game. And to get access to the Division 2 beta, you have to pre-order Shadow of the Tomb Raider coming out sometime in September. This game we already showcased and already seen. It's just stuff that we already seen before. And now, bundle. Just yet another Shadow of the Tomb Raider. You can get a Shadow of the Tomb Raider bundle. That's if you guys are interested. And then the last game that they showed for the show here, Forza Horizon 4 for Xbox One, coming October 2nd with its launch. And this game also has a bundle. And that was just basically the show. There's nothing else here. For the no Halo Infinite, no Gears of War. I almost forgot about that. No Gears of War was showcased. So you got to see those games from E3. Those games were from the E3 conference. So if you were looking for those, you heard about them, you could look those up right now to see how those games look. Halo Infinite, I don't see Halo Infinite is not coming out till next year. Gears of War 5 is not coming out till next year. All those other games that people are looking for, Crackdown 3, that's not coming out till next year. That didn't even show up at the Gamescom 2018. Now, I thought I'd just mention this here, and I'm gonna have these in the description, even with this site. So you guys don't even have to watch the Gamescom Inside Xbox conference. You don't even have to watch it all the way through. You don't even have to watch the showcase. But it's not a conference, but just a whole recap for E3. You can head over to xbox.com/InsideXbox for all the news. So you just go to that website, click on it, and then you'll just find out everything that I just talked about and just some additional things that you want to find out. Those bundles that might catch your attention, and maybe some other games and other news that you might see there that you might want to check out. Now, I want to go back and just say a couple of things right quick. I almost went to the wrong page. You're watching this conference and you're watching this and you're just like, you just finished watching it or you just hear about it and you're clicking on the video or you're just looking it up and you don't know anything about Gamescom and you're expecting something. You have an Xbox One X or you're thinking about getting one. You're not seeing much of anything that's new. You're looking for bombshells, maybe like brand new games that you never seen before. The only game that was new that I never really saw, that I didn't hear about, was Hunt Showdown. That was the first game that we got to see. Everything else was just an all recap. Now, let's talk about the individual games really quickly. PUBG. If you play PUBG, you're going to be looking at individual games. You're going to be playing. If you have not played PUBG, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds that much, you're going to be looking forward to this update. And maybe if you still play it, that's some news for you. So I'll check out PUBG. That sounds cool. A new PUBG update. And then the full release is going to come out. So they're going to probably add even more stuff to the game as the year goes on. So that's PUBG news. And then you're going to jump to the next. You're going to jump to Battlefield 5. That's not really anything new. And then all these bundles and the controller. You won't probably care about the controllers. And then you have State of Decay. If you're a State of Decay owner, and I just realized I forgot Sea of Thieves also. I think I did talk about that. Sea of Thieves is just another game that was updated with an add-on. All these games have updates or add-ons or just content that's coming to the game if you already own it. And games like Sea of Thieves already came out a few weeks ago. So you have something new and something new to do for these games. State of Decay, Daybreak pack, you might get hyped for that. That's September 12th. That's close. And just like I mentioned, Sea of Thieves, Forsaken Shores, that's September 19th. So maybe if you have some of these games, you have something new that's coming up for updates. They're all updates from here. Just from looking at all the games showcased. They're all updates, and then you got just the Game Pass app. That's it. And then just more bundles and just stuff that you've already seen from before. So if you have those games, you're probably going to get into those games. You're going to be excited for the new content coming to the game. I could play PUBG some more, or maybe you haven't been playing it. Maybe you don't like it anymore. You probably play Fortnite, H1Z1, what have you, Realm Royale on PC. Just another battle royale. Just thinking about. You're not going to really care about PUBG. you're going to be playing those other games. And even if you don't care about Battle Royale as a whole, none of those are going to be really new to you. If you have State of Decay, you have something new coming up. If you like PUBG, you have an update for your game. And then Sea of Thieves, recently released, they have something coming up. And then all these other games with just bundles and stuff that we already seen before, you're going to pick and choose what you want to just get. You're not going to probably get everything that comes out. And then just from the other news showcase, the Game Pass, if you have it, you can get it now. And you can get access to these different games. So maybe you want that Master Chief Collection that's coming out the 1st of September. That you can get that for it. And then Shadow of Tomb Raider, just another September title. And then the other titles, they're not going to come out till next year. And then you probably don't like indie games, so it's not probably going to be much news for you in the Games Conference or Gamescom 2018 showcase. So you probably want to just skip it. You probably wouldn't want to watch Gamescom. So just like I said, you would probably want to click on that website. You wouldn't bother watching the whole hours, the few hours of Gamescom as it was 2.5 hours or so of just watching the games and the interviews. But those selected games you might want to be interested in, you're going to look those up. And those are going to catch your attention. But other than that, it's not really anything special from this Gamescom this year. And then the lack of conferences this year, there's not really any conferences. Nothing like, from what I remember last time, I think Nintendo had a conference. And then Blizzard has some information. So we got Blizzard coming up tomorrow, but still, there's not going to be, who knows what they're probably going to show. It's probably not, it's no really conferences. It's just gameplay trailers. And just, I gotta say it, at this point, you probably wouldn't care about the gameplay trailers. And even if it's a new trailer, you'll be ready for the game to come out. I'm ready to play the game at this point. I don't want to watch the next trailer. I don't want to see, oh, the new feature that's going to be added into this game. You're just ready for the game to come out. And in the meantime, you're going to play those games with these current updates, just like I just went through, for the time being, until those games that come out that interest you for your game taste. But that's all I have to say. Thank you guys for watching. And all the games and the news that I went through, along with the link to the website, will be listed in the description. And let me know what you guys think about this year's Gamescom 2018. But it's just not that good. It's just not that as good as what I thought it would be for this year's conferences. I thought it was going to be multiple conferences and maybe some stuff that we might not see. And what about that news and that rumor for the Xbox console that most people brought up? That's why I don't follow rumors or anything until the facts come out. And just, it's just crazy. So, and just like, they just came out with the Xbox One S. They're going to make a whole nother console now. But thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think about the Gamescom's conference, some of the games that I talked about that interest you, and let me know what you guys thought.